Hi, it's Gary. Welcome to today's video. Today, Fountain Pen Focus Day, an Australian handmade pen for you. This is made by Ron Cari. I don't know why I keep wanting to say Ron Cari, but it's Ron Cari. And this is a hybrid pen. It's so pretty. Look at this beautiful wood and then the resin that goes with it. Very nice to look at. Join me now down on the table. We'll take a look at the pen. We'll do some size comparisons, some weights and measures, a writing sample. Then I'll give you my thoughts and some stores for this pen. Welcome down to the table. Here we've got today's pen. This is an absolute stunner, isn't it? This is the Ron Cari, and this is so pretty. We've got wood in here and we've got this gorgeous resin. So nice to look at. Let's start by taking a closer look at the body. So we'll start with the cap. We've got a slight dome there to the end of the cap. Adds a little bit of visual interest, doesn't it? That looks quite nice. Then we come down straight into this material. The cap feels the same width all the way down. Now this material, the wood, is called red moral burl. And that comes from over here in WA. The resin is called Yamagata Red, and that's by the Eye Candy Pigments in the US. Really pretty. So we're following down this cap. There's no clip on the cap. That doesn't bother me. I don't use clips anyway. Now, I do feel a slight taper down once we get to about here. The bottom, we've got teeniest of drop-offs. The only reason I'm feeling it is because I'm thinking about it. The barrel, looks like we've got the same there, coming down till we get to near the end. And then it starts to taper down till we get to, again, a slightly domed end, but not as pronounced as on the cap. I'm just going to slowly turn this around for you again. This is an absolute stunner of a pen. So the cap, it comes off in half, one, about 1 1/4 turns. That reveals a section in that same Yamagata red material, and unscrewing the body, here we've got the converter that comes with it, and we've got resin there on the threads, and it looks like it's mainly resin on the inside. Let's pop that back on. Let's take a look inside the cap. There we've got the cap, again resin cap, really nice. Let's take a closer look at the nib. So the nib here, this is a box nib. So it's a standard box nib, all silver in colour. We've got a nice decorative border. Underneath the breather hole, we've got the logo. Then under that, we've got the word Bock. Very nice. I really like this. And this is a broad nib. Slowly turn that around for you. Let's swap on over and do some size comparisons. Brought in my two standards, so we've got the Pilot Metropolitan, the Lamy Safari. This pen makes them look minute, doesn't it? Also, this pen a lot wider than both of them. You definitely do feel this pen when it's in your hand. Let's pop the caps off. With the caps off, the story doesn't really change that much. The Ron Cari pen, still a lot longer. The section is really nice though. It's a nice wide section. Nice length to it. My fingers, they fit there really nice. I hold my pens down in the bottom. Really easy to use. If you hold your pens further up, again, it's not a problem. And I don't even feel the threads. But yeah, it's really nice in the hand. Does the pen post? No, it doesn't. And even if it did, to be honest, I wouldn't post it. I wouldn't want to risk scratching this gorgeous material. This is such a nice pen. Let's swap over and look at some pens that are in roughly the same price range. The pens that I've brought in, we've got a Pelikan M205. This is a piston filling pen, 199 Aussie dollars. We've got the Ron Cari pen, 200 Aussie dollars when I bought it. And we've got the Pilot E95S, 215 Aussie dollars. So they are all roughly in that same price range, but the two pens I've brought in, they are smallish pens. The E95S, that's a pocket pen. And I've got to be honest, I think that M205 is virtually a pocket pen as well. Let's pop the caps on them. With the caps on, wow, don't these two pens look small compared to that Ron Cari one. Absolutely gorgeous pen, really nice size. I can't really say that enough. Let's swap over and let's fetch in the rule of measuring. Here we've got the rule of measuring. Let's fetch in the pen. So the length when it's capped, if I can stop it from running, I'll just have to put my finger behind it, comes in at 15.5 centimetres. Uncapped, that comes in at 14.3 centimetres. As I've said, it doesn't post. The width of the body, at its widest point here, that's 1.6. And the width of the cap, that's 1.7 centimetres. The section goes from 1.1 centimetres up to 1.2. So not a big size difference as you go up the section. Let's get this out of the way and fetch in the scales of weighing. Here we've got the scales of weighing. The full pen, again I'll just put my finger, 31 grams. Body alone, 22 grams. Remember there is a bit of ink in there. The cap, 9 grams. So a reasonably weighted pen as well. You don't really feel any weight. It feels really, really light in the hand. It's almost as if it disappears into my hand when I'm writing. Time to do a writing sample. Just dropping in to interrupt your regular programming. Would you like to help support the channel? If so, please consider joining as a member. As a member, you'll get early access to my videos. I normally upload them a couple of days before they go out, and as soon as they're uploaded, they'll be released to members. There'll also be a shout out at the end of the videos, and then as we get the members coming in, we'll actually chat among ourselves and work out what other perks, what other things you'd like me to add in. You know, would you like maybe a monthly live chat just for members? All down to us. So please, if you can, consider joining the channel. A link will be in the description down below. Here's the notepad of testing. This is Oxford Optic paper in a black and red A5 notepad, 90 GSM paper, normally very nice and fountain pen friendly. So here's the pen, and this is the Ron Cari, and it's called the Hybrid, or the model is a Hybrid. As I say, it's a hybrid of red Morel Burl and that gorgeous Yamagata red. This nib, it's a broad nib, and it's a broad bottom nib. Price, when I bought it, 200 Aussie dollars. Now, this is a handmade pen. So with all handmade pens, the price is very variable. What I suggest is contacting him to really find out the price of a pen if you're interested in anything he's doing. I contact him via Instagram, and I'll put his link into the description of this video. But yeah, beautiful pen. The ink is by Diamine, and it's Raspberry Rose. Really nice dark, like purpley pinky type colour. Drying times, there's immediate, 10 seconds. That looks even wetter, doesn't it? 30 seconds. Wow, look at that still. 1 minute. I'll go on the line below. Still fairly wet. We'll do a 2-minute test. After 2 minutes, we're still getting a bit of a smudge, so quite a wet combo at the moment. Line variation, so here's going down. Now I'm going to add a little bit of pressure. Do get a slightly wider line. Let's go across, and then no pressure with, none with, none with. So not a lot of line variation. It's a steel nib. Didn't really expect that. Going to move the mic down to the page so you can hear the pen writing. Lovely feedback from that. And then scribble test. Ink flows really well. Now I will tell you, I've had to do a little bit of work on this nib. I'll talk about it more when we get to the stars. But there's a little bit of nice scratchiness to it now. But yeah, really nice. So what are my thoughts and my scores on this pen? Let's start with pen looks. This is a stunner. Absolutely love the looks of this pen. So nice. I love this material. I love the way we've got the wood and the resin coming together. I love the fact the wood's from WA. You know, keeps it local for me. Well, as local as you can get in WA, which is a very, very big state. Nice pen though. Feels nice in the hand. You know, even here we've got, look at that, the wood. There we've got different colours in the wood. Very nice. This is a pen which came very, very close to having a score of 10, but I couldn't quite get there. So I'm going to give this 9 out of 10. Build quality. Absolutely no issues. The threads, they're nice and smooth. You don't feel any scratching. Same with taking the threads off of the barrel. You can see from the finish, really nice, really well made. The section, yeah, everything is just really good. I'm going to give that an 8 out of 10. Writing experience. So I'm going to talk here about a previous ink that I had in here. This combines with the ink flow score as well. So the previous ink I had was Diamine Winter Spice, which is a shimmer ink. I thought with a broad nib, shimmer ink would look quite nice. But I had awful drying out issues. If I put it down for more than a couple of minutes, it would dry out. What I did is I cleaned it out. I ran the feed through my ultrasonic cleaner. I pulled out the nib, and the tines on the nib were so tight. They were so tight, my little brass shim that I had wouldn't even go between them. It took me about 10 minutes of trying different ways to actually get that shim in there. So the tines were very tight, which I think may have been the issue. What I've done is I've worked on that nib a little bit. So the tines, to me, they're still too tight, but they're nowhere near as tight as they were. And as part of that, that's introduced a bit of this scratchiness. What I'm finding is when I'm going down, it's fine. When I'm going across, that's where it's scratchy. So I know that I need to do a little bit more work on the nib, which I will try and do next time I've got this empty. I like to work on the nibs when the pen's empty. But other than that, no problems with it. It writes nice. It's a nice feeling. So I'm going to give this an 8 out of 10 for the writing experience. The ink flow. So this is the score where that nib comes in. I'm only going to give it a 7 out of 10 because I had that problem. Aren't seeing it now that I've got a standard ink in here. But because I'm getting that scratchiness when I'm doing the cross strokes, and I know that was a Gary issue, I did that. I still can't give this 8 out of 10, which is like my normal score. It only gets a 7 out of 10. Comfort, very comfortable pen, really nice to use, absolutely gorgeous pen, really comfortable, fits well in the hand. It disappears when I'm writing. Comfort, 8 out of 10. Value for money, and I say this every video, this is the hard one. This is a handmade pen. It's a beautiful looking pen. Time has gone into this. Effort has gone into this. It's not been put in a machine and a computer program set to run to create this. He's had to take the wood. He's had to take the resin. He's had to create this beautiful material himself. He's then had to turn it. That would have been done by hand. absolutely stunning, the amount of work that goes into it. The nib, it's a standard bot nib, so it's not the maker's fault if there's an issue with the nib. So I don't have any problems with that. I think for $200, this is exceptional value. Ron is a fairly new maker, so that could be why he's pricing them a little bit low. I think this should have been a lot more money. And I think as he's learning, that's why he's not going as high in the price, or certainly that's what I heard, because I do think this pen is exceptional value for money. But because it's $200, I've got to also be realistic. That's not a cheap pen. I don't think it's an expensive pen, but it's not cheap. So value for money, when I compare it with all my other pens, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. So that means that the total score for the Ron Cari Hybrid with Diamine Raspberry Rose is 8 out of 10. I hope you've enjoyed today's video. If you've got any handmade pens, I think they're so pretty and they're so unusual. And most of the time, what you're getting a one-off. You're the only person with that particular pen, them colour combinations in the world. And I think that's really nice to really think about. Really nice looking pen. Please drop your comments down below. Let's kickstart the conversation. Please hit the thumbs up button every time you like. Every time you comment just helps with the YouTube algorithm. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel so that you can get new videos as I release them. I'll talk to you again soon.